And well, hello there, ESA fans. We are back with another day of ESA. My name is Mighty, and alongside with me on the desk, I have picked out the dear and funny Dianic. Hello there.
The second part might be a little bit capped, not gonna lie. It's not quite. But I'm happy to be here. Lovely. It's also the first time we two are casting together, so I think it's gonna be quite an enjoyable cast. Because if you say I'm funny, holy fuck, you're missing out on some funny people. Because I'm not. But anyway, moving on. I'm very glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you as well. First time we're casting together. This can just be a banger. And when we are talking about bangers, we have a banger match for you all. We are casting, as you can see down below, the team Missclick against Team Leisure. This, my dear friends, is an elimination match. We will see a best of three today, where the team that leaves this place defeated will leave the competition. Meanwhile, the best team, the winning team, will move up and have another run, another chance to pick up their chances to qualify for the next stage. So it is more likely a do or die about three maps.
I think you said that quite beautifully, but I think you're gonna have to show us a little bit about the standings because there's a few things going on in the standings, and who better than you to explain us?
Um, all through, we have seen very many close matches here. As you can see down in our standings path, we are down located in the O2 bracket, where we have seen that Team Cosmo Gaming already has gone through and got eliminated by Team Cron Zero. Also, Eagle Empire just got eliminated by Controller Gang yesterday after a tremendous comeback, after my opinion. And today we have the pretty much last match of this bracket section, where we have, as usually as told, Team Missclick against Team Leisure. One team will leave us today. One team will move up in the 1-2 bracket, where you can see another type of a pool with teams that are dedicated to get their wins done, to have another chance to qualify. So on, we will see later which team of Team Missclick and Team Leisure makes the pool, and maybe then later, but just maybe, we will show you who may play against who. But then I
Exactly.
think we should look a little bit about which maps we're going to see today. Aren't you sure about that?
Ooh, the map ban. I think it's going to be quite a juicy one here. This is the best of three, so we're going to see three maps. The first one is going to be the newest map in the entire Siege pool currently. Night Haven Labs is going to be the start off, picked by Team Missclick. Second one is going to be Chalet, picked by Team Leisure. And then the last one, and my favorite one, is going to be Cafe Dostoevsky, picked by, well, not quite picked, but picked by Team Leisure because they did had a choice between Clubhouse and Cafe. They decided to ban Clubhouse, and now we are on Cafe as our third map. But is it really gonna go to a third map? Are we gonna see a little bit of the runover? I think it would come down also a little bit. Also, what the predictions are, right? Because we have the three maps now, which the production staff didn't knew what the three maps are, not quite even the community. So, what actually did our production staff vote on? What are the predictions for the match? And as we can see, oh, it does look a little bit one-sided so far for both the things. We have from our staff on the top row, we see that most of these votes are on the side of Team Misclick, and then if you look at the bottom part, we have the social votes, aka the community votes. And it's kind of nearly the same thing, right? We have a lot of the votes for Team Misclick on from our prediction staff, and then even from the community, same. A lot of these people, 69%, nice number, on the side of Team Misclick, and on the top part, same thing there. So it should be, if the community and if the staff is correctly, a pretty much one-sided map. But let's not forget, they have done these predictions without seeing the maps, which we now know, which the teams are going to play. And as I said, we're gonna start off with a pretty good of a bang. And I'm gonna have to ask you, what do you think of a Night Haven Labs start off?
A Night Haven Lab starter is a starter that we haven't seen so many times. And as you said, and you mentioned, it is a new map. It is a map that hasn't been in the pool of esports as long as other maps. So there are pretty much room for many improvements, many new playstyles, and especially many new strats that we haven't seen before. So I will say it invites us to a pretty interesting matchup, because I haven't seen any of these teams play on this map. I've seen Team Missclick play many other maps, but never seen them play Nighthaven. And Nighthaven is a map where you both can play very quite well vertical, but also have to play very much on the same ground fights. So I pretty much sure to see which team improves and comes into the match better with the one-on-one situations, because I think that is the situation that will matter the most here on Nighthaven, because there's so many corners, so many dark angles that you can sit and hold. So that one is about the eagle eye and the first click, after my opinion.
The real part is, and I'm gonna have to throw you under the bus like always. I'm sorry to do this, but there's a little bit of a trend going on when we're casting with somebody new. There's one question I will always ask without seeing anything, not a game, not a stat, maybe have a little bit of statistics from Wikipedia, from past games, but the real question stands. Seeing the maps, have not seen anything of the teams today, if they're good performance, if they have a bad day, if they have a great day, if their mentality's on the top, if their mentality's on the bottom. Which team do you think is going to take only map number 1?
Map number 1, I haven't seen neither of those teams play on Nighthaven, but as I did in our production vote, I will stand alongside with Team Missclick. I've seen those players play all through my ESA career, so I will stick to those guys and say they will win this map, especially because it's their map pick. So they have strats on it, I know for sure. Team Missclick does not take a map and pick a map without having a game plan. But when we're talking about game plan and talking about map, let's jump right through into the map. What do you think? The operator brands, Dianic, belong to you.
Ooh, Jesus. Handing me the mic over like this. Love it, love it, love it. Well, it is Nighthaven Labs, as you said, and I think you point out quite often that the teams have not played yet, and it is the pick from Missclick, so they definitely have a little bit of a plan going on for this match coming in. So I would expect to see kind of the standard band so far. I would love to see a Ying, I would love to see a Doka, just because they're so powerful. But the first one starting off from the side of Team Leisure is going to be Bana, which I think is a pretty valuable band, considering you have so many beaches to open, right? You have the top floor to open. You have, on the top floor side, you have 2 breaches, right? Considering you even have 3 to 4 breaches on the top floor. In the basement, you have around 2 hatches. You have 4 to 5 breaches you can open, so many things. So I think banning here, especially now coming 2 hard breacher bans, is going to be a really, really defender-sided match so far. Taking out the Solis, yes, the map has a lot of verticality to deal with, which Solis can take great usage of, but there's still a Valkyrie, there's still so many things that could give you that info. Solis has been nerfed after the in the new season, so she has not been one of the top picks, but her gun is still pretty decent, so taking her out is going to make it a little bit more difficult. And now taking out the Melusi is just going to prevent the stolage, or the stalling time from the defenders, right? Because there's no Melusi, they can push in. Yes, they can still use other operators to have that information somebody's pushing through, but taking out Melusi is not that big of a problem when it comes to the attacking side, because you could have dealt with it in different ways. I think the last ban could have been used in different ways, as in considering a mirror ban. We've seen mirror special in this map being played quite a lot. When you look at the top floor side, if you look at the basement side, so many places you can play mirror, or even other operators, right? Look at what are the top defenders right now? Is a Fenrir, is a Solis. Solis is taken out, so you can forget her. And one is Warden, right? With Ying in the play, you want to keep the Warden, but with 2 hard breaches gone, you need to weaken the defense. Which, in this case, banning Solis and Melusi, I feel like we're going to have a really, really dominant defender-sided game here.
Me too. I will just pick up right there, and I pretty much agree with you in all terms here. We've seen 2 hard breachers getting banned in the attack side, and we have 1 pretty much over-banned operator with Souls in the defense and Melusi. I can pretty much understand Melusi getting picked up now, because the pick rate on console after Melusi got her ACOG back went so tremendously up that that operator can deal some serious and critical damage. So that ban is hitting, absolutely understandable from my perspective. But now first round, we are in the basement floor, and the attack from Team Missclick, as usual, as we know from Team Missclick, always comes as a top floor clean. like also from here, where we have Konski already droning out warehouse. Meanwhile, we also have Navy coming in from the connector, cleaning out throughout the top floor. Already getting the first pick with Navy getting Risk. That's pretty much far off spot after my opinion. What are you doing up there, my dear Risk? With that, the Fenrir's out, and a first pick Fenrir is not what you're looking for. A Fenrir, even though that he already placed his gadget and already opened those, when I play Fenrir, I always switch around with my gadgets. Which one is open, which one is closed, to have a little bit more impact about the knowledge where the opponents come from. And Simple just picks out his first kill with the C4. That didn't take that long.
The trade did definitely come through here. Now we're back down to a 4v4. We do have a few more interactions here, so the attackers are putting quite a lot of pressure onto the defenders. But theoretically speaking, yes, we've lost a Fenrir, which is kind of hurting the defensive side. There could have been... If the Capcan would have died, you can say he is a passive gadget, right? It doesn't really matter too much, but because Fenrir is still kind of an active gadget player, that does hurt a little bit the defensive side, as the only trade-off that they got here is taking out the Ash, which does not have too much utility, right? If you're looking more forward to take out a Maverick, or to take out an Ace, or even a Docker AB, to just have that value trade when it comes to the operators, which did not quite happen here. Now also opening up one of the two main breaches there. What a beautiful shot coming through. He was just waiting for the swing, taking the kill and putting out the attacking side onto a man advantage.
Especially here when you just see Konski putting out the DMR and not playing which is F2 as usual players would do. He has a game plan, he has a strategy, and when the mirror comes for a peekaboo, you are pretty much dealt out of this round by Konski. That's what he's known for, that's what he does. But now we only have 44 seconds left. If you just Splendid though, we're onside, Konski gets another kill, Navy gets Sheens. No more clash incoming, and it's only Simple left. Simple against 3, pros plan situation, and this round pretty much surely looks like a TM round, and Navy picks it up. So 1-0 for Team Missclick. Pretty convincing, I would say.
That was a very long angle. I think that kind of shows why you put typically the reinforcement on the left side and on the right side. It's because of that long angle. If you want to play that whole way, you need to have that reinforcement with the mirror on the left side, which was in that case on the right side. Which kind of, if it's on the left, it would prevent this long angle, but there's a lot of things that I can improve. And as you said, this is the map pick, which we've seen in the map bans from a set of Team Missclick. So nothing too surprising here that they have their strengths. So it now comes even better to the set of Team Leisure to have a little bit of a comeback, to understand what how these enemies are playing and what are they placed there for this map, right? Every team can change around when it comes to different maps, how they want to approach that. And I think now for Team Leisure, this round and last round are going to be a little bit of a get to know each other. Pretty sure they've already played against each other, they screamed each other, maybe... And even in other leagues, so they already know the play style of the other team. But what is on this map? As you said, both of these two teams never really went to this map.
Yeah,
so what can they do, right?
Yeah, what can they do? It's pretty much just look out, scavenge, get intel, and just try to adapt. Find an adaptive playstyle to then just figure out some type of answer about the build-up from the opponents here. But neither just said, Team Missclick winning the first round gives them, after my opinion, a little push, a little bit of pressure confidence, because Nighthaven, after my opinion, is a pretty much well-dealt defending map. I just say SI phase against W7M said it all. It said it all about how good you can defend this map. So Team Missclick getting the first round pick here in the attack is a pretty well start for this map, and Vod just straight up continues where he left off, putting out Risk, and once again it is the Fenrir leaving first, but this time the Ash survives the C4 from my dear friend down from Simple.
It was the same position where the Fenrir died in the last round. It was again in that electric room, and this time yet again, so there's not much adaptability going on so far what we have seen, but already have we fallen back from the side of Team Leisure. We remember last time the Capcan was still wasting time a little bit on the top floor, still wanting to push back these attackers, but he just completely decided to fall off, play behind the clash, try to maybe waste there a little bit of time and play with the C4s, right? The C4 could have been potentially another kill, but this time the Ash waited a little bit to make sure it does not happen again, which is a good thing that he even did, because there's another C4 gone, a little bit of utility even further gone now from these defenders, but to waiting to understanding, okay, last time he was a Z4 and already adapting it within the next round shows that they really have thought about this map and that they really want to get every single bit of the attack around. As you said, it's very much defender-sided, but is it really that much? Because right now it seems like the Team Missclick, they have a great attacking strat as they take out another player from the side of Team Leisure, and now we are in a little bit of a tough spot. 5v3 scenario not looking too good right now for Team Leisure.
It's absolutely not looking good for Team Leisure, but after my opinion, Team Leisure is not quite warm. They're not pretty much into the competition right now. They're not got their head straight into the game. While we see the next kill onto Smash here, so we have a 5 against 2 situation turning into a 5 against 1. This could be a clean sweep. This could be a flawless. Only Cyber against 5. Also, this C4 won't take any grounds. Cyber will fall against the Ash, then we have another flawless round and round that neither times again falls into the hands of Team Missclick. And as you mentioned, it is a defending-sided map. It doesn't look that way quite now. I'm not saying anything against that, but did you see how much yellow pings and also callouts and also neither just the pings, but also the looks just went straight when the captain left from top vending stairs and went into the kitchen area. He was immediately called, he was immediately pinged, and was immediately getting chased out by the Ash. That's what just makes Team Missclick so damn dangerous when they got their heads straight. When they got the pings, when they got the intel, they're not waiting games. They're doing it. They're doing their shit. They're going in for that kill, and the most of the time of the parts, well, they will get those kills because they're not work in singularities, they're not solo queuers, they're team players. So we'll always have 2 persons close by to swing if something goes wrong with the first.
It's only not just that, right? You would really consider them doing that just because of matter of the fact they banned the solos. So no, there is no more, if you look at it, IQ on the defense, right? Because solos is just kind of an IQ on the defense with a little bit of an upgrade. So no more electric spotting device on the defensive side, so you can really take advantage of that by taking out and making sure you have the cams and pre-placing them in hidden little corners and having those yellow pings at the end of the day, right? But with that, you could counter a little bit of an intel gathering from the defensive side. Maybe bring a Valkyrie, maybe bring a Master, maybe bring something that gives you information. It just gives you, again, this upper hand. You're on the defense. They know how you're going to play this. There's not too much variety right now on this map, how you want to play it. A lot of the teams are just kind of doing the same thing what we have already seen. It comes back and forth, right? Is the attacking team and the defending team. But it comes to these key plays, as you said, the yellow pings, having the information, which then the side of a team loses the round or not. Because if that happened, if there would have not been a single information of him, he could have walked away with 2 or even 3 freebies. If you know what I mean. Like, they did not quite seem to have the information, but as soon as the information came in, everybody kind of locked in and you had 2 to 3 people trying to swing it.
I think the game plan from the captain was pretty much as you just were into it right now, was maybe getting a position for a late flank, picking up some late kills, disrupting the flow of the attacking team in the late rounds, late seconds. But that did not quite function. He just ran away and was immediately spotted and then chased out. So that plan didn't work. After my opinion right now, we're seeing a Team Leisure that's a little bit into the, okay, we will hope, wait, and see if our game plans or strategy may pick up. But it still doesn't, as we see another opening frag from Team Missclick, and it goes against Smash. Another round with openings, losing against Leisure. Leisure is now getting a re-pick up with Risk getting a kill, but immediately everyone falls from Leisure. They get 1 operator, it is the Fenrir that gets 1 swing on kill, roaming back to spot, but immediately when he gets the first kill, he gets spotted, he gets cold, immediately dead. The other 3 guys, near side or on side from Team Leisure, we're not talking about those. We didn't see how those went on, but it strikes again. Team Missclick is so good with handling their intel. one falls, another one gets the kill. It's immediately refrags, and that's pretty much why they're winning these 3 rounds all over again.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I pretty much don't know what to say else.
That was beautiful. I was just sitting here, I was like, damn. This man kind of just pulled up the book and had all the information. That was quite impressive. Jesus. I think we're not quite on the same level here, but what also is not quite on the same level is the scoreline. As we have currently Team Missclick with 3-0 up, they're leading pretty big right now, and as much as we want to say it's defender-sided, as much as I think, and as much as the other games in other leagues, and so much that happened, especially when we look at W7M and FaZe and all that, what happened as SI, it seemed to be pretty much defender-sided. This map seemed to be defender-sided, everything. But right now, it's not quite showing us how defender-sided this map can actually be. We do have a few mistakes from the side of Team Leisure coming through. As you said, the refrags from the side of Team Missclick, they're always there. They're always trying to swing together. They're always trying to have their back. And this is, I think, what Team Leisure is missing quite a bit, because they're exactly not doing that. We see them take a lot of ones. We see them play in position. We have not seen them adapt too much yet. They're trying to work around a little bit, maybe reposition, maybe go for some cheeky plays, but they have not quite worked out yet. And at this point, you would start to get worried, and anytime soon, if now this next round goes to the side of Team Missclick, that would be the point where I would be calling a tactical timeout, because you don't want to be in a 4-or scenario on a map and in the matter where it is defender-sided, and the bans, especially the 2 hard breach bans, make it even more defender-sided, because there's so much need to open, but there's not much denying coming in from the side of Team Leisure.
Absolutely. And as we see here, the play style is a Team Missclick, very aggressive, always on. Now we have one situation with the Ash roaming through basement here, getting the kill against Shines. Shines falls through once more. Now he can potentially get some refrag help by my dear friend Risk. Risk gets the refrag. That's a good kill. Meanwhile, Konski made Smash go bye-bye for this round, and we have a plant situation. How fast can Team Missclick take those spots? How fast does this work? Why does it work, is my question. After my opinion, I will just have to rush a little bit on the shitbox there on Team Leisure. Nothing back to those guys, but it like feels like they're sleeping. As well as we saw last round, we had one up on catwalk in warehouse. He got one kill, and the mirror on side was just like, okay, where was he? She was turning around. Immediately, Konzi gets another kill from that position. It pretty much looks like that Team Leisure doesn't really know where the attackers are coming from. It pretty much looks like they're not communicating with each other, and I'm really don't knowing what I'm should think about or talk about here, because I've heard that Team Leisure is a quite good team, but they're not showing that one square bit here.
It comes down to the map, right? As you said, this map has not been played by any of these 2 teams. So maybe it's just not Team Leisure's pick, right? Maybe they left it open for a little bit longer time because they felt a little bit confident on it. They've maybe screamed it a few times and thought, okay, in case the enemies pick this, which we don't think they will, because they've never played this map, because they've banned it, because it's never been a map they played, they left it open for a little bit to then kind of play it as a wild card, which then could have been maybe a little bit of a surprise when Team Missclick picked it. But nonetheless, it's even as if it looks in the map and the whole matter is defender sided, it does not have to be, right? Because as soon as we switch to the attack, we might see Team Leisure shine a little bit. As you said, maybe they're not having a good time right now. Maybe they're just still warming up a little bit. Maybe there's a few things they need to sort out before they go into the max map, which is their map pick, right? It is a little bit of more standard maps. It's a chalet, and at the end it is Cafe Dostoevsky. It's not something too wild, something like a consulate. So we could expect them here to play better on the more standard maps. But you kind of maybe cast the custom a little bit, because now Team Missclick are the first one to lose a player, and also quite an important one, because it was Lion, and Lion is a little bit of a chaos creating operator like Ying. Especially we saw Ying in the last round. We do have the adaptation now with Warden on the board, and with now more operators from the meta in this round. We have a Fenrir, we have a Valkyrie, we have a Warden, and even a Mirror on this map. And I think it could speak for it, but there's not much Goldeneye. I'd love to see maybe Kind, maybe Bandit, maybe a Mute, which is not going on right now. We have 2 hard breaches banned. Take advantage of that, which we haven't seen yet. Leisure Dome.
Yeah, we have no wall, no wall denies. We have not seen it so far, and I'm pretty much sure we are in round 5 here. So this is the 5th defense from Team Leisure. If we haven't seen it so far, it won't change for round 6 either, after my opinion. So they're just pretty much not giving a damn about. Okay, let's have Team Missclick play a little. Let them open walls. Let them get their angles. Let them get their line of sights, headlines, footlines, yada yada. It's just what they want. And just see and try to adapt as best as possible as we can. Here again, Vod gets the kill on Cyber. Cyber must have heard that. He gets reframed by Risk though, but that just can't be the way of playing. You are standing close to a mirror. You see and hear that this Maverick is going to pressure through, and you just do not react at all. How can this happen? What is happening here with Team Leisure? Team Leisure just falling completely apart, and now we have an equal here. Pizza getting the next kill on Risk. So we have a 3 against 3 equal situation, and it pretty much sure looks like we still have 40 seconds left. But it looks like Team Missclick is picking up the pace once again, also here in round number 5. And I pretty much say, if we see a 5-0, a 6-0, better said, or a 5-1, this map, I'm pretty much convinced, is already lost for Team Leisure. But here they win.
Maybe you can start casting Team Missclick a little bit.
I just did not see how this round would turn like this. At all. What happened here?
I believe you just did the all good thing, cast the cursor team.
But that way it gets more interesting.
It gets more interesting indeed. And I think we saw a pretty good defense there from the side of Team Leisure. We had the right point secured, the top floor a little bit not given up, that was a little bit of a wrong word. At a good matter of time left. Like, they had the chance to keep playing the top floor, which they didn't have to do it. And as soon as the top 2 players died, we saw them kind of all trying to play around the side on the bottom floor, knowing that they can play the verticality if needed, which we then saw them do. And then we had a few players from the side of Team Missclick just taking a few 1v1s, which then were lost in favored Team Leisure, and that's how they take the first round on this map. Potentially more to come after this, because maybe they're in a little bit of a frenzy, and maybe also they've heard my prayings, because now we have a Kaid on the board. Maybe this is a good start for them to have a little bit of a comeback, but here again, we're playing in the basement spot, we're playing in the same positions as before, maybe not quite the same operators, but this time we have one more player on the top floor side, which is the Legion, which we didn't have before. Usually we had a Fenrir and a Capcan playing on the second floor. Now we have, as an addition, the Legion, so it can be a little bit more difficult as we have the first raid coming in. Pizza and Simple, both of them are going to fall in this round. And Risk is just going to continue the killing spree and gets a piece for himself.
He gets a piece for himself, and now it looks better for Team Leisure, getting another round picked up for their favor. Now up with one more man on the board. Simple thrown out, and Vod and Pizza out. So we have more likely 2 of the little lower-cased players from Team Missclick out against 1 middle-cased player from Leisure. Shines gets another kill on Konski, and that's pretty big kill there. Konski as the secondary third top fragger now out. No, both top fraggers left from Team Missclick. It's all about the Ash and the Ace. But I think this will be a hard round for those. Maybe they can clean up Risk. Risk is close, but Risk gets the third. Now he gets pulled out in the secondary. So now we have the Ash against 3. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. It's surely enough time to get this round over with. But it will be a very tough, hard one for the Ash here because she has to clean one more floor to then nearly getting close to the spot. 1 minute left on the clock. Could potentially make a fast drop on side. Maybe also just taunting and droning it. Top of warehouse hatch, and I think we will see a hatch drop. Hatch drop comes on tank.
Bomb has been located.
Giving away his position pretty much surely quite quickly. Shines on non-attack. Getting the kill through non-attack from the hallway. That's pretty much another quite good round. It's a round that starts very well off for Team Leisure, and Team Leisure does not lose track of that round. They keep focused, they get another by another frag, and then just play it down cool. Wait for the drop, and then await Team Missclick won multiple angles for the last one. And that one is a pretty much well executed round. So we have a 4-on-2 roll swap from defense into the attack. What's your opinion on this, my dear Diana?
Being defused by attackers.
Jesus, quite formal, don't you think? But I think we're gonna have still a quite one-sided dominant game. We've seen our 2 rounds pretty well played from the side of Team Leisure, but do they have the capabilities to come back? Do they have the capabilities to play every round like that? I'm afraid to say. I mean, maybe with the next few coming rounds, we could see a little bit of a twister from the side of Team Leisure. Maybe they needed the first 4 rounds to get to warm up a little bit as a team, to just arrive at the place. Everybody get the WhatsApp message. You know, we're on Nighthaven playing against Team Missclick in the ESA Cup here, right? Maybe they needed a few rounds. But right now, I don't see how Team Leisure would come back. They can win a few rounds, but Team Missclick have kind of won me over for this map a little bit. But also, I've seen a few good rounds from Team Leisure, and as I said, if they warm up a little bit more, if they just get rid of a few of these mistakes they have been doing, then they can definitely beat Team Missclick on their own map pick. But after that, they would be playing their own map, so it really comes to the point, do they want to try as much as they can to win a map like this? Or do they want to just get it over with and move to the next map, right? Because the next map would be their map pick.
It will be their map pick, but it's a matter of fact, if they just say, okay, we throw away this map, full focus on the next map, you are standing with your back completely against the wall, because then you have the pressure on, you must win. And then every single round that you lose may get rid of your mental play, your mental game. And if that mental game just disappears, you are in a pretty tough position to come back from there. But another round played and begun, and we have another opening for Team Leisure. Now Leisure picking up the pace, already close on you here, standing in servers. And as I just wanted to say, we have seen 6 rounds. From these 6 rounds, we have seen 6 rounds that are more or less convincing wins for these teams. But in the same matter of fact, as you already told, I don't really think the Leisure is about to get 4 wins from the attack, especially because their first defenses was looking so wobbly, not so sturdy. And here we have another pickup from Team Missclick. Team Missclick losing very much ground very quickly on in the round, but then picking up the pace, rotating back on side, cleaning out 3 of Leisure's players with the first one from New. Now Smash gets a downer on Pizza. Pizza has a close by friend. That's Fod. Can Fod maybe refrag? No, he can't. But he can save his teammate. And then Fod falls. Fod falls. Pizza down. It's a type of way. It's a 2 against 2 situation here. But 30 seconds left on the clock. Now we are coming down to the crucial seconds.
The Diffuser is not quite in the possession of Team Leisure, as another one's gonna fall all up to risk it to make this work. As you said, a few more seconds left in this round and 2 more enemies to kill, but we can see they're holding the crossfire. Does find one, but can he find a second? No! Viskonski is gonna swing in, is gonna free frag his teammate, and that is the round over and done. His team Missclick run away with 1 more round in their pockets. Now, seeing this first round on the defensive side is pretty much convincing, because now we are on a 5-2 stand favoring Team Missclick, and we would need 3 rounds, which is not impossible, right? We are in Nighthaven. We look back at SI, we look back at so many other games, so many other leagues. Their comebacks always possible, but for a comeback you need the mentality for it, and it just comes into that what I said earlier. Are they gonna fight for this map and potentially power themselves out, potentially lose the mentality over it? Or are they just gonna leave this map, give it to the side of Team Missclick because maybe they kind of gambled on it being picked up, maybe not? Like, there's so many things and so many possibilities what Team Leisure could be doing here. But also in the last round, it didn't look too bad, right? It was a 1v1 at the end, and it could have went to both sides. It just didn't quite, it was not enough in the last round. So maybe we're gonna see Team Leisure have a little bit of a comeback win the next few rounds, but with the next loss and with the next win they're gonna give to the side of Team Missclick, that would then be on the match point, and that is way more scary than 5 points.
It is. And right away, when those letters, match point, spell out on the top beneath the round, you know it's about to go down. You know, okay, it's now or nothing. If we lose now, we have to go on the next map, straighten up, focus, and just give our best. Don't fall through on 2 maps. That's the most embarrassing way for each team to fall out in the best of 3. But it happens so quite often, especially when we're talking about this mentality game. If you potentially also lose your own map pick, you're not that focused, you're not that hyped anymore on the second map when you're playing the opponent's map and you have to win that. It is possible to win that map, don't get me wrong. But when your mental game is not on top for map 2, after you lost map 1, it looks bad for you right from the start. But also here again, Leisure losing 1 minute from the clock, but already taking full control of Catwalk and also being inside Warehouse, having full control from Warehouse. Now we will have to wait and see where it goes further. Also the mute downstairs from Warehouse is yellow ping, so the Ash will have an eye on that. No, gets thrown out by the Ace, getting into the communication with Vod here, not quietly being friendly there. While Vod loses more likely 80% of his HP. Roaming away. We have 1 minute 30 left on the clock. Halfway there. And it looks like, Dianic, the team Missclick is playing on the route of just stealing time.
It does look like, but we're gonna have our first opening pick as New is gonna find himself smashed out of the game. That is the Ash gone. He's still continuing to play this pixel peak, but the trades are coming in one by one, and all of a sudden we are in a man advantage to the side of Team Missclick, and this is why I said the next loss, the next win you give the side of Team Missclick is going to put them on the match point. Now, it's not looking too good on their side. We still have 2 shotguns in pocket being brought by the Warden and by the Mute. Both of them playing close range, both of them playing close on their stores. A little bit of a death sentence to jump in there to even pressure that, as we need now the long range kills coming in from the side of Team Leisure. We need to heavily focus on one player. We need to have these one-on-ones and these crossfires coming in, because we can pretty much isolate these players. If we just swing the right guy together on the pillar, we can then make sure the left guys are kind of isolated. As Simple is going to find himself now taking out the next few shots coming through, but not quite anyone hitting it. And the 1v3 scenario is not looking too good, as the kill is going to be confirmed and finished. Next few peaks coming in. We do find one, but can we find more? One on the right, one on the left. And it's going to be Risk falling for this round, and that is a match point to the side of Missclick. And they seem to not be missing these clicks.
And as I just want to say, quietly well played by Team Missclick, now in the match point position, and we have a 6-2. This will be a very tough one for Team Leisure to come back. They need 4 straight round wins from the attack side. That's hard. But what I just wanted to say, I pretty much wanted to have a whiteboard now to just show you guys out there how the standings from Team Missclick just prevented them from losing and giving away this round. Just like to have a whiteboard like Alpha has in the SI situations, because we had 2 headlines going completely through. We had the warehouse breach completely opened. We had also the mirror on the pillar. There was no doorway, there was no rotation, there was no headline. They potentially could have peeked without having neither fought with the Mute, the Warden, or the mirror peeking them with the greater advantage. The positioning of these 3 players is completely annihilated every single coming from position from Team Ledger in this round. So for those guys watching later, just look at the positions. It clarifies why Team Missclick couldn't have lost that round.
But it's also because of the man advantage. As much as we want to say the positioning was great, at the end of the day, it comes down, if you have one head more, if you have one more gun to shoot, you're gonna have that advantage in Team Missclick. Not only did they had 1 when it wasn't a 2v3, but all of a sudden 2 when it wasn't a 1v3 scenario. But yes, the positioning was pretty well done there, but yet again, not much to deny a breach or anything. And now we find ourselves on a basement spot from the side of Team Missclick as they bring the mute, as they make sure they're on a basement spot, have 2 C4s in pocket, have the mirror, so many potential plays to come more. As we are on the roaming side and we're trying to waste as much time as possible. It does seem like the first engagement is gonna happen. And Smash is gonna have to unfortunately be the cameraman for the rest of this round, and that is the opening pick there. A second one to follow, but that is the trade immediately as Cyber makes sure the Ledger is still stay in the game, but with match point to the side of Team Missclick is going to be a tough game.
On Legion with Vod there, just sitting, waiting ducks for Cyber and getting Cyber out of this round cleared. So picking up another man advantage here for Team Missclick, and it looks good for Team Missclick. 1/2 of the round gone, and we have a risk with the Buck already and still up on the top floor. This does not look good for Team Leisure. It looks like we will have a short end for this first map. But yet to come, 1 minute 15 seconds. A lot of time for Team Leisure to kind of pick up their pace.
To pick up the pace and potentially pick up the map. 4 rounds to win. It seems impossible, but it's never impossible, right? There's always this possibility for you to come back. With another kill falling in from the side of Pizza, he's just gonna extend the lead even further. So is Konski. All of a sudden, we find ourselves in a 1v4, and that is the kill at the end, and that is Team Missclick taking the round, taking the map, as they now have 1 map in pocket, potentially second map soon.
A 7-2 for Team Missclick. I think that was a pretty dominant show-off for the first map. That is also a show-off that may also jump a little bit onto the, going into the heads of Team Leisure, with now being completely with their backs at the wall, having to win both maps to get further in this competition, have no more free room for any faults to any fails. And I pretty much think this could bring us a very densey second map.
I think the second map is going to be a little bit more spicy than the first one, because it is the pick from Team Leisure, so they definitely have a few things in mind. And as I said, maybe they were not expecting Team Missclick to pick the map. Maybe they played as a little bit of a wild card. As you said, both these 2 teams never quite played this map, so it was kind of a leave it open. We're sure from the side of Team Leisure, we're sure they're not going to pick it, and all of a sudden the pick came in and there was a little bit of a confusion going on. But here again, you can lose it pretty good, your mentality can be in the bins, but there you didn't, how should I say, it's not, you didn't spend too much time on the first map. You have more energy for the second and potentially more intel now gathering from the first map, where you can use to already kind of strategize a little bit against your enemies on the second map, which we will present to you after a short little break. See you guys in a second.
So way back, we are back here with the early start from the second map. We are ready to see what Team Leisure can pick up on their own map pick now. They have a chance. They can still go through the third map if they win their own map pick, which shall be Chalet. Chalet, a map that we have known so quite well along in this map pool. So on, I've talked about this map so many times because it also is the main map of my home team. So that way, I just want to hear what Diana thinks and have thoughts about Chalet. What are your thoughts about this map?
Well, my personal thought about this map is it's been played quite a lot of times. It's been kind of squeezed like a lemon. I'll say it like that. There's a lot of things that have already been discovered on this map, a lot of strats, a lot of things exploited, and I think there's still more to come because I think the potential of this map has not been reached yet, like a clubhouse. But at the end of the day, seeing Chalet, it just slowly starts to feel like an Oregon game. Like, you know the map, you know what's gonna happen, you know the attack threats, you're going to see the same things. It just comes down to the like pinpoint little mistakes of the team if they take a win or if they take a loss, right? Now for Team Leisure, now starting on this rather more basic map, because it's been played quite a lot of times, because there's so much footage of this map and how to play it, how to attack it, how to defend it, there's no doubt that you can take everything in consideration, have your own attack strat, right? Have your own things coming through. And for Team Leisure, I think that's going to be a good starting point where they can figure out the little mistakes. As you said, there's quite a few mistakes on the last map that we saw a few mistakes from Team Leisure coming through, but they can improve now on this map, right? Considering looking at team kills, refrags, trades, so many missed out on the first map. This map, so many angles you can play, so many trades you have to basically play, especially when you play bar side. You're gonna have to play for these trades. When you play the top floor side, you're gonna have to play for these trades. The more aggressive you play, the more trades you need. The less aggressive you play, the more you need to be able to play in little corners, right? And the bans are gonna make a little bit of a difference here. Why don't you walk us over the bans?
Okay, I'll try to walk you over with the bans. We're first ban picking up here with the Florist, an operator, just here to destroy the utility and the gadgets of the opponent's operators in the defense. An operator that we can pretty much understand because this map, Chalet, is a map that needs much gadgets, much utility from the operators, and that way we will destroy those. Either way, also the door could be an operator that was quietly often played by Team Missclick on the first map, may have been interruptive for Team Leisure, so that one gets banned. Also, the Mirror gets banned. Mirror, an operator that quite often gets played in the basement, but also in the bar spot. It's completely understandable that operator falls through. And the Solace at pretty last, but as you called it earlier, the IQ of the defense, pull it out. An operator that quite often now gets used for just destroying camps, destroying claimers, doing potential very risky but very dangerous outruns or jump outs for the attacking team, very often picking up at least one, but maybe also two kills from people standing near windows, in camps, or hanging on the walls. So that way, these are the bans, quite interesting. And now let's see how this map goes. And a map that, after my opinion, has so many standard build-ups, but so less room for any faults. So let's see if Leisure picks up their game, picks up their strength on their own map, or if we will see more faults that turn into round losses.
I think we're gonna have a good taste of that, especially in the first few rounds, because Leisure is starting now on the attack. Last map they're starting on the defense, and maybe I was just all yapping about. Maybe it's not all that attacker side, the defender side, and maybe the meta has changed. Maybe we're not on the attacker side. It's meta which we could be presented now by Team Leisure if they would start off strong, if they would have the upper hand, if they would win like 2 to 3 rounds and make sure and pressure down a little bit. Team Missclick can take away a little bit of confidence, because after winning the first map quite convincingly, as you said, there's a lot of confidence, right? There's a lot of dominance coming through, and I think you need to really take away that from a team. As we now start off pretty strong, we're gonna have the first opening pick from vods. He's gonna make sure the Team Missclick are not gonna stay too quiet too long. The break was enough, but now it's time to show up again. And they're gonna take out Maverick, a quite essential operator when it comes to the attacking straight that we're planning to do, which is you pick a Maverick, you go to the stock wall and make a little bit of a hold down, and that basically denies the entire stock play, which is then is gonna make it even more awkward to play on the side, which then would deny where the Frost would be playing right now. But Frost is gonna fall anyway from the window, so no feats needed there. Smash is just gonna follow up with another kill. Now man advantage within 10 seconds. Flipped to Team Leisure.
Round flip for Team Leisure, but in the same time, I just want to say the first frag going into the hands of Team Missclick, that is the opening frag that is not about to happen. It just happened, and pretty much audience out there, bet me $50. They did not know that VOD was standing in blue. It's all just about the intel. I just talked about not making the same faults as on map 1. Get your head straight, get your focus done on your own map pick, focus up, straighten up, get your rounds won. As sooner as better. But we just begin with the first opener in the very first round. The first action scene is just a kill getting pulled by Team Missclick because there's no intel gathered by Team Leisure. Once more.
Minnesota's is taken on now anyway, so you can take these drones and put them in sneaky positions. And Smash is going to find himself another kill there, putting Team Leisure even further up the man advantage. But it does look like the verticality is not going to play in our favor. Team Missclick find themselves in a 1v3 scenario. The cross angles held. There's going to be Smash at the end of the round, taking the first round, and a small little victory for Team Leisure here. And I think that's going to set them off pretty strong. This is what I mean. If they win the first few rounds, if they make it like 3-0, 2-0, it's gonna take away a little bit that confidence from the side of Team Missclick, right? Because now they have the confidence, they have the overdrive, they're gonna peak, they already have a map in pocket, right? So they're not too pressured. They can put this and they can push this to third map if needed. If they can't win this map, they can push it to a third map. But if Team Leisure doesn't win this, it will be overset and then it will be eliminated, as you already talked earlier today. We're gonna have to say goodbye to another team today.
Have to say goodbye to another team, and those two teams here are going to fight their best and their hardest not to be that team. As you mentioned, Leisure now picks up their first round win here on Chalet in the very first round. In the attacking side, that brings confidence. That brings a little bit and also calm into your own play style. Because of, let us be for real, Nighthaven was not a map that Leisure said, okay, we tried our best. That was the map, okay, just forget about it and get rid of it. Now they're beginning to pick up pace. Even though they got an opening frag, not quite good dealt out of, but they picked up the round, they picked up their pace, got focused, refragged it, and gained completely access and gained also the control of the map quite fairly fast. And that shows that they pretty much can play this map. I just hope for Team Leisure that this continues, that they're strengthened up more and more into the rounds that will come. But as a matter of fact, I also hope and see that Team Missclick don't want to waste any more time. And again, VOD picks out his first kill. And again, it's Cyber who has to fall through. This time with the Ying. Ying, an operator for this spot, could help you pretty much. But this time, denied by VOD.
As I said, could have felt pretty good. A little bit of a precious operator gone from the attacking side. The operator that creates chaos and not a single defender right now on the team from Team Missclick. You could have worked against it, right? There's no warden, no nothing. We have a bulletproof, but no master, right? You can... It's a little bit of a tricky scenario, but taking out the Ying kind of denies the chaos from Team Leisure, which they would have brought with the Ying. Throw the Incandelas, create chaos, push in, take that to advantage. Now that is gone. And they're gonna have to work out with other utilities how they can create pressure and chaos and everything of that. We do have 3 flashbangs coming in from Thermite, as we're gonna extend the kill from the side of Team Missclick. As Risk is gonna have to say goodbye for this round. That is the Amaro gone as well. Flashbangs out, 1 more left in pocket. Nobody's quite taking that onto the advantage. But the shield has not been quite cleared there. It does take 2 to get rid of it and the first kill to happen to the side of Team Leisure.
But at least after 1 AS charge and another 2 charges from Sophia, this shield is finally gone and rid of, and Shines gets the kill on the Vamai. Now we have 50 seconds left on the clock, but there's still so much ground to be taken by Leisure. And once again, Team Missclick looks much better this round with VOD picking up another kill on Simple. Now having the advantage with 2 men ahead with 4 against 2. And this looks like a round for Team Missclick. They gained so much time off the clock. Now VOD picks up a triple kill. Could he potentially get a quad kill? It's only Smash on that third, or better said, 3 kill streak. But VOD in for the interception.
seconds left.
Smash not just waiting. Fought swinging and fought. Gets his quad.
That's Team Missclick picking up the counter round to the first time. They've played the same spot, they played the same positions, but they just have done a little bit of adaptations. And Team Leisure, they've done a few adaptations with the operator picks as well, but it did not quite work out in their favor. With losing two rather precious operator from the beginning on, losing the Ying quite early on, and I said the Ying was the aggressor, right?
Attackers
We didn't have any more flashbangs besides the Thermite, which they were used to clear the shield, which took a little bit of time. But after that, they had to rely on the gunfights. And especially on this map, you're gonna have, and you need the aggressor on your side. You need Ying, you need the B-Man, Grim, need the Dokkaebis, something that can just create chaos for the attacking team. Now, Ying dying quite early in the round, that was quite crucial. And it was a really, really good pick from the side of Team Missclick. That pick was kind of round the silent, because after that, no aggressor, the team fights, the 1v1s fell all in the favor of Team Missclick, and that vote was kind of decided. Now, here starting in the next round, we had the Ying hovered over, but it will change to a Capital,
Attackers objective.
which is kind of as well an aggressive operator, an aggressor. But the key aggressing points here are the two sets of flashbangs and not a single warden yet again being brought. Especially seeing in the last round that they wanted to play Ying. Could have been a Ying in this round. Team Missclick, they don't quite want to adapt with the warden here, and that could be a little bit of a problem as soon as these flashbangs come in.
Maybe a problem when those flashbangs kick in into this round, but I may have to defend Team Missclick a little bit. Thought it made a quietly far off kill with the Ying there, so I don't really think that he could spot it is a Ying. But either way, as you mentioned, they're not bringing a warden, even though they know they've been played many flashbangs the past 2 rounds. It's a critical way. It's also a very yeah, I would say experimenting way to try and deal with the attack from Team Leisure. But they take the risks. They take other operators that they think and might say will help us better than the warden could. That way they're sticking. And once again, I just can't deny to say it every single round once again. I think the pace of Leisure after the first round just dropped again. Team Missclick just standing and waiting, having like a open ovation. Just okay, just come near side and we will just wait for you. You're just wasting time. There's just no pressure put on by Team Leisure in this point, I think.
Well, really, they're burning alive a little bit, but just managed to find this position where he was not seen from the window, and neither was taking damage from the stairs, so that can be quite crucial as soon as we move up these stairs, because we do know and have a little bit of information for these next few peaks come in. But Peter's gonna find another one, Ford is gonna injure it. All of a sudden a 2v5, swings come in, few trades, but we find ourselves on a 1v4. It's all up to risk, but the sides upstairs do finish off the person downstairs. We can see the head a little bit, but all it takes is one bullet for both of these two players to land and hit. And that'll be the round gone and over and set. So we have a little bit of a cheeky position going on here from the smoke. As soon as the intel comes through that the swing is there, it's going to be Pizza taking out the kill, and that is Team Missclick moving on with another victory written for them. Now, Team Missclick starting off good on the defense, all of a sudden in a 2-1. And it's favoring, now it starts to get scary, right? Because as soon as the enemy team was already picked up a map, goes the advantage, has now the scores on their favor, you start to shake a little bit. Because now you know as soon as you lose this, as soon as they take the advantage too far, that you cannot have a comeback anymore, it's over. As you gone, it is. You're gonna have to say goodbye. It is elimination day.
It
I'm
is.
fearing a little bit here.
Location of a bomb.
For my sake, I say I'm pretty much still calm, even though Team Missclick now gained the advantage and gained the lead here. But as a matter of fact, I've played this map so many times. I've cast it so many times. And either way, the map always gets decided in the second half with multiple times also giving up huge comeback situations and huge comeback opportunities for the team that plays defense after the role swap. So there's still much ground here to be dealt with, much rounds to be played. So the potential of Team Leisure kicking back here into this map is still available. We just have seen 3 rounds. 3 rounds pretty much were convincing for the teams winning those rounds, as we also had on Nighthaven. I just pretty much hope that Team Leisure now picks up the pace a little bit again, because the aggression that they had in the first round, the pace that they had in the first round, was pretty much the thing that I say was the crucial ending for them getting the head of this round, getting the win from that round, and that just completely went lost, went missing again in round number 2 and 3. So I think they really have to just pick up it again and just say, okay, in the first round it worked so well, get pressure on, get some speed into the game, keep our ground safe, get the drone into the right, and just move on. And once again here, we have lost 1 minute. We are inside the building, but as soon as Team Leisure enters the building, it just immediately stops in the same room after entering. Now we get a risk running up, getting first kill. Vod immediately refragging the first hit from Shines. Now Vod getting risk because of the bullet hole that he can't spot smash. Refrag speeds, so now we have a head-to-head matchup here. 1v1 situations with some refrags, some good kills here. But as Vod now rotates back, his kitchen hallway now inside kitchen, roaming into the fireplace spot where we have 2 guys standing. Simple outside on the window, and the Ram not looking into kitchen. Gets away from that situation. I saw an headshot there from Smash, surviving that situation against Vod. It is Smash against Vod.
Like a flashbang is coming in now, looking forward to get rid of him, but he just took the advantage. He took the time to just drop a little bit, maybe confusing his position as he does see the head. He's gonna find himself a kill. There's a triple for him, but 2 more to go, and now he's become a little bit of a problem. Team Leisure they do have to deal with. The swing comes in, he's gone for this round, down to a 2v2, and that's what they needed. With still 2 sets of flashes in the pocket. We have used one already to clear out fodder. But the drop comes in. We know somebody is there, has potentially dropped, but they're not seeing each other. We do see the foot, but not quite registering that he's there. So swing comes in, immediately punished. All up to Smash to make this in a 1v2 as he's gonna swing around. He's gonna take out the Goya. What a flick! But it's gonna be his own Goya shot to the charge. And he's gonna find himself like a crispy barbecue. Gone for this round.
Crispy barbecue. I'm getting hungry, man. Why you have to do this to me? I just came off work for like 4 hours ago, and now we're talking about food. Okay, continue.
No, you can go on. This is it's always like it's getting late. you start to get hungry. You have this amazing flick coming through. All of a sudden, a person unfortunately burns himself with the Goya charge. He just, I believe, even. The word I'm looking for. Not intentional. The opposite.
Unintentional, no.
Not intentional. There you go. Not intentionally. Shot the Goya charge. Had an amazing flick. That was a crispy clean flick. And then unfortunately killed himself with the Goya charge. And that was the round over. As Team Missclick, he just ran away. He didn't have to take that fight. Time was ticking down. He's gonna have to take these fights. Gonna have to go with the plan, and with that, the round was kind of decided. But this is, I believe, and this could be one of the rounds which could favor Team Leisure again, because we have now multiple aggressions from their side. We have a Kaid, we have a Ying, and we have a Grim. Those are 3 operators which tend to do quite a lot of aggression. Oh my god, this is going to be a rush, and what a crispy one as well.
They're ready for the rush. Let's see if Team Missclick is as well. Team Leisure looks quietly confident, but Pizza picking up the first kill. Shines down. Grim dead. The fast pick happens. Risk on the plant. Frost from you can't swing. Cyber down. Risk does get the diffuser, the plant through. also manages to stay alive there. No C4 coming inbound from that side. Now getting pushed by New. Nui getting them out. Risk dead that way. Simple and Cyber left. Nui and his helper from the Mamai get him the distraction that he needed, and Nui gets a triple kill and a diffuser.
Disabled by defenders. Defenders win.
Diffuser destruction. So that way also round number 5 goes into the hands of Team Missclick, and I'm getting a deja vu from Nighthaven Labs. It is a round that looked quite interesting for Team Leisure. This time, Team Missclick picks it up, picks up the pace, skate, and keeps focused. And now they're pulling back, heading ahead with 4-1, and it doesn't look good for Team Leisure at all. Neither it did on Nighthaven Labs, and it won't begin to look better any type of way here on Charlie in the first half.
So that's a little bit of a deja vu coming through as we find ourselves in a 3-round lead to the side of Team Missclick, and they're on the defensive side, but one big difference from the side of Nighthaven is we are in a completely different map. First of all, we're in a little bit of a, as I said earlier, on a lemon squeezed map when it comes to strats and everything. A little bit, this map has become more basic or more standard to play. And also, on the other hand, is going to be Team Leisure after the attack and move into the defensive side. And on this map, what is the default swap? It would be a 4-2, so they're still in the run for that. They're still in the run to have the default swap, to then have a few coming backs on the defensive side and potentially take the map here. So it is a little bit of a deja vu, but there's a lot of things that have changed, especially when it comes to having the neutral swap potentially still on your side. Having the 4-2, which you can still achieve, and I think with this stand-up operator line pick, there's nothing too outrageous, nothing that's sticking out. And they're taking they're taking the rooms quite quickly here, taking a little bit of damage, as Pizza is just gonna make sure they're not taking this place for free here. And they know that they're being watched and they're being spotted from a very cheeky long angle here from Pizza, but he's gonna have to be careful because he can be punished anytime. As soon as that breach is gonna get open, and this is what I mean. Now breach is gonna get open. He's playing in a tough position. He could be falling here quite quickly, but there's nobody quite to challenge him from the window, as the repel is on the balcony. We're looking forward here from Team Leisure to take this place, to be a little bit more forward as we open up this window with the sledge. Might just barely slipping through his hands as the swing comes in. Do finds one, potentially more to go. This breach is not quite open. Next few shots coming through, and that little bit slither of breach is gonna make it very difficult to enter the side.
It makes it quite hard to enter the side, as you already said, but it also makes it quite impossible to get any second angles to kind of help you also and try and enter. Try to maybe do an entry and just forcing some of the defenders to just look into you, or other way around. It is like a stand and wait. It's a standoff. No one moves, just pretty much fires into every rotation, every breach is open, every window. Just pre-fire and just hoping, okay, maybe one guy just will take a look. Come close. Now we have a Vamai coming close, but there is no shots being dealt right there. Vamai now will get called either from the double doors or from the window. Double door first. Shines get the kill. Now it's Konski against 3 because Cyber already downed. Simple on the diffuser. That way also Risk moved away. Cyber will now get revived. And this looks quite confident for Team Leisure. Now also Konski dropping down, taking the bag, saying that was not intentional. And that way he loses many precious seconds. And this will make it nearly impossible for him to pick up this round against 4 people. And Simple making it short and painless, and says, we take this round very much. Thank you. And that way we see A 4-2 roll swap. Something we haven't seen before today, I think.
Prayer hand emojis really going through that hatch, which just took away 10 seconds of the time of the defender, which he could have been using to get these players in a 1v1. So it was in a 1v3 scenario post plan, so it was not already looking too good for him. But on the other hand, those 10 seconds kind of already made it a little bit impossible. As they only need to wait and play the time, play the clock down as soon as the diffuser hits the last 7 seconds. As soon as it's under the 7 seconds, the round is yours. As we all know, you need 7 seconds to plant and defuse, but you cannot overextend the time when you're defusing. So that is a little bit of a tricky part there. But they take the win and they make it a default swap, which is a 4-2 as already mentioned, but now they're moving to the defensive side. And I'm hoping to see a little bit of a step up from Team Leisure, as this is their map pick. And even though the attacks, some of them look pretty good, some of them looked a little bit wonky here and there. But starting in the defense, now starting on the attack and going on to the defense, I think they have a good clear what they can expect from Team Missclick, especially after the first map. They know what they're able to do, and they know how they're going to do it. But can they adapt enough? Have they done enough adaptations? And have they done, and can they trust each other more than enough to take these next few wins? Because if they lose too, Team Missclick is on a match point yet again.
They are, and they will be. But as you already said, it's about adapting here. The Team Leisure now are in their defense sided on their own map that they picked themselves. They have strats on this map. We know for sure they're showing us their strat on this map. And now it's pretty much about showing and seeing through into how much Team Missclick is able to try and adapt on these defenses. Because it's always kind of the defense build up a castle, and the attackers have to find an adaptation way to then adapt their playstyle and their attacking way to get into and throughout this castle. Team Leisure did not find the right answers that many times against Team Missclick when they were in their defense, but now Team Leisure is up on the way to say, you won't find any answers on our castles. So now we just will have to wait and see which team makes and builds the better defenses. Always set up the best on this map. And I pretty much hope that Leisure now, not as in map 1, loses all 3 rounds and give this map away, but maybe get this equalized on a 4-on-4.
It would be quite juicy. So that would then have the potential for a 3rd map. But for that, there's a little bit of a way to go from the side of Team Leisure. They do need to be in at least the next 2 rounds, at least make it back to 4v4, and after that, fight it out with the battle, make sure you're the first one to hit match point, as we are entering the last 50 seconds of this round. Not a single kill has happened yet on the board, as we do see in his next few shots are firing and falling, as Vod is going to be the first one to be injured here. The repel, he's just waiting patiently here for Simple to potentially get himself in this building. But Team Missclick, they're not looking too sharp right now. They do have the verticality under their control, but not much done yet. It's the last 20 seconds. We know the push needs to come in. Simple now on the top floor, just providing pressure, making sure there's something for them. As Pizza's gonna find the first one, next few to fall. We're taking a little bit of damage. Slayer, he's gonna make sure he comes in from the backstab, and Smash finds one. And that is the push denied. 5 seconds left. We need to get this diffuser down, but it's not going to be, as they extend the lead. And it's going to be Leisure taking the win, as it was not enough in the last few milliseconds. Taking the diffuser and planting it down. What a chaotic round.
What a chaotic round, absolutely. But in the same matter of fact, what an exemplary round to see how much time can you waste from the attackers. The defenders here were just doing the same thing that Team Missclick did to them here in the first half, but a little bit more better, after my opinion. They took so much time, and when then they said, okay, now there really has to come a push from Team Missclick, else they are not getting on side, getting the plant done on time. So that in that particular seconds that were ticking off, they pulled out 1 or 2 guys from Leisure and said, okay, you go and drop deep or go deep. So that way you can flank them from the backside in onto the side. That happened pretty well with Vamai here coming up from the snowmobile stairs, getting the first pick on the thermite, getting that diffuser dropped, taking away the last milli-split seconds that was needed for the gridlock to get her ass on side with the diffuser, planning it. So that one is a quietly well done round for Team Leisure. Now picking up a little bit more pace here in the defense and just making a shorter lead here from 4-2 to 4-3. And with that, as you all can see and wait, we have a time out because one of the guys from Team Leisure had a disruption in his connection and fell out from the match. We were just waiting to see if he returns quite fast. But as this may sound, it will be a rehost. So I think we will see you guys after that. Pretty much ready. So well. We're back again on Chalet, picking up right where we left up in round number 8. We had the shortage in the lead from Team Missclick. Now Leisure picked up their 3rd round win in round number 7. So now only 1 round away to being equal in standings. And so on, Dianic. We had a small break. We've seen like 7 rounds of 15 potential. What are your thoughts about these 2 teams? Who may get their nose ahead for the past, or for the next rounds, I mean?
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Who would get their nose ahead a little bit? It's tough to say, right? Because now Leisure is on the defense. Where we left off last round, they have won, which was on the kitchen and dining side. They secured themselves 1 victory to have a little bit of a comeback here. But on the other hand, it is Team Missclick, and maybe it was the first round, a little bit of an oopsie. This kitchen and dining is, I believe, more defender side. It does favor more the defensive side. But I would love to see Team Leisure, that they would get a little bit of a head start here, that they can have a little bit of a comeback, get these rounds in, push this all the way to a 3rd map, and show that they were just, you know, we're doing a little bit of charity work in the 1st map, right? Just giving the 1st map to the enemies. But I could be wrong, and could be just I'm all high up in the clouds with my head, and maybe not even coming true. What do you think?
I really think that they have picked up their speed a little bit now being in the defense. So I'm pretty much convinced they can pull up a 4-4, and the way it goes after the 4-4 really depends on who may get the first better interaction, who may get the first opening pick. Here, once again, Cyber now picks a fought player that was crucial in the build-up for Team Missclick. Here in the first half that we have seen before on the rehost. In the second one, Kazu falling through. So Leisure now in a 5v3 lead ahead. Konski now shortened that with Cyber out. 1 minute off the clock, 2 minutes more to go. Nui seeing the foot, having the first kill on Simple, and now equalizing. And Team Missclick does what they do best. They adapt. They find ways to get back into the Don and Pizza, picking up the next one, picking up Smash here. Nui picking up a little risk, and now it is turnover from 5 against 3 to a 3 against 1. And now it shines against 3. And this does not look good at all. And now he gets double force from Konski and from his teammate down below on the gaming double window. And this round goes in the hands of Team Missclick now with, again, 2 rounds in the lead. 1 potential more round win for Team Missclick until we have the match point situations. It looked so good for Legion in the early seconds, but then turned off so terribly wrong for them after Team Missclick picked up their pace.
Attackers need to locate
Quite unfortunate that we saw also great double swing there. One from the big window, one from the hatch, making sure that if there's a player, they have the immediate trade coming through. So that was quite beautifully done. Instead of Team Missclick. As you said, they move up a point and Leisure can give away one more round, and that would be then the match point. But then it would get to start like it would start a little bit scary. You're on a match point, the enemy's on a match point, they already have a map in pocket, you don't want to let it come to that moment, especially not on your map pick. It's not looking too good. We're going down to the same side again. Have they adapted enough? Can they have this comeback? Or is Team Missclick gonna run away with another round? Because even though Bar Gaming is defender-sided, last round though didn't quite look too much defender-sided there. This round can be a little bit of a start, as we can see not too much changes from the attack. We have kind of the same build-up, especially from the operator lineup. There's not too many changes going on, so we can kind of expect the same things to see again, the kind of same build-up on the attacking strat. But now, considering where they're playing, the positions, Team Missclick, they can have a good start in this round, and this could potentially already mean match point. But maybe I've cursed it as the first opening pick fall to the hands of Team Leisure.
Leisure here with Cyber once more picking up the pace, getting the opening frag for this dear round number 9. Cyber does not seem scared of the gunshots thrown at him by Spod and kills Spod, picking up a double kill. And now it's again once more Nui coming straight after vods, potentially with the chance of fragging Cyber. Cyber just pulls back, no chance there. Risk picking up the next kill. So it's just a 5 against 2. It's looking much better this round as it did the round earlier, but once again Risk back in the corner. He is trapped, he can't move away, but he has the dead angle on this window. There's no one to help the dear Pizza. Pizza with the intel. At least he has intel on that corner, but he can't really pick up anything from that. Smash getting Pizza, Pizza getting thrown out. Now gets Risk, and Smash getting him once again. So Nui alone left against 3. Cyber, Smash, and Simple against Nui. 1 minute on the clock, on the bar. And that round looks quite interesting for Team Leisure, because this is more likely a 3 round for them, and Cyber picks up Nui here. So once again, they shorten the lead from Team Missclick, but quite not still in reach. Another chance for equalization with a 5-on-5. But let me turn into the dirty questions again. Will they get it on this second attempt?
I see what you're doing here. I don't know if I like what you're doing here, not gonna like. Like you're putting me a little bit here on the spot, right? But
Always.
Jesus. maybe it's a little bit of a karma because I've done it to you, especially when we just started into the casting. I kind of done the thing to you. But looking out to this thing, looking to this game, looking at these two teams. Team Missclick already having a map in the pocket, being now one round in advantage. They could be extending here their lead with a match point, as Team Leisure finds himself now on the basement spot. And honestly, I do believe, I think we're going to see Team Missclick taking the victory for this round. Team Leisure taking the win for the next round, so it's 6-5. I think that is what we're going to see. I have a good feeling about. I just don't know. It just comes down to these one-on-ones, right? If Team Leisure is on the point and trades out every single player like they've done last round, that they can definitely take the swing. But as soon as they fall back to a little bit of their old habit, what we've seen on Night Haven Labs, this round would immediately go, would favor Team Missclick. They right now are just playing the better 1v1s. They have the trades on their side. It's just a little bit dangerous, as we can see. Not too many cross angles, not too many potential trades, as we are roaming quite a lot, and it's going to be Team Missclick finding the first opening pick. Potential a second to come, but it's going to be Leisure taking the trade down to a 4v4. Ram is now gone as well. Cyber is going to take it. the smashing upon himself to make sure this is going to be the equal count as they take out both of the verticality operators. Only one more in play, which could be kind of the Ash referred charges. But that's it. After that, there's no more verticality, no more soft breaches that they could have as a utility from Team Missclick.
Absolutely, and now we'll just have to wait and see how Team Missclick may find an adaptation way on building up their attacks. As you already mentioned, the Ash will now have to provoke her gadgets to then may get some verticality into this map, into this round, since both the Buck and the Ram are out of this session. That way she loses both her gadgets, no more tricks to do against a potential Mira or Vamai to then get it fleshed out. Those are not being used in play. 1 minute on the clock. Nui tries to open the breach down on snowmobile. That one gets open, and right away he then climbs back up onto fireplace window. The Ash tries to build up a way down on blue, gets double cries there from Shines and from Risk. That way there's no entry there. Risk now getting pulled out by Pizza, sitting in a corner, setting ducks, not the way to go. And somehow, likely, it may look like Nui and also Pizza may get an intern onto the side, but Pizza getting thrown out by Cyber. Nui down on site in Snowmobile Garage. Now getting swinged by Cyber, and Cyber picks up another kill. And now we have the equalization for the standing of 5-5. And yet to come. Round 11 will determine, will Team Missclick or Team Leisure go into round 12 with the first match point.
Beautifully said. Now this round is gonna be quite of an important one. It is the first round, and it is this round where at least one of these two teams are gonna pick up the match point here. It doesn't matter which team of these two win. Both of them have another chance for the match point. Yes, Team Missclick, they had the chance before, but now it's kind of the last time. Are they gonna pick up the match point, or are they gonna be seeing a third map? We're moving back down to Kitchen and Dining, which Team Leisure have won originally. So that needs to be a little bit of an adaptation coming through from Team Missclick. What can they do to change it up a little bit? Last time we remember the time was ticking out. We were in a 2v2, but the milliseconds to get this plan down didn't quite work out because of the flank behind us. So what are we gonna do against? Because overall the plan was quite good. The only problem was the time was not in our favor from the side of Team Missclick. So that is a fact that they need to change within this round, for this round, if they want to be the first team to take the match point here. On the other side for Team Leisure, they know the attack and strat, they know what they need to do here. It does seem like they're preparing quite well for this. We have the aggression quite early coming through from Risk, and he also gets away with a little bit of damage dealt, but not taken.
Damage dealt, but not taken, as you mentioned. But once again, we have the build-up that we already spoke about. Team Missclick doing the same build-up here this run as well as they did last time. But this time, Risk does not see the Buck straight ahead of him, with vods here getting in the crispy help of the Ash from Mazine from on top here. Getting Risk pulled out of this round. That's a crucial pick with the Fenrir out of this round so early on in the first minute, even though this Fenrir could have picked up 2-3 kills after my opinion. Now Cyber picks up back on vods. That's very important refrag there. Nearly also gets the Ash down away there. Cyber really picks up the pace here after this rehouse, after my opinion, with already 8 kills up here on this leaderboard for his team. He is the single person that really shows off his standing here after the rehost.
Exactly. The man advantage not in a single hand of these two teams, as half of the round is already done. The last 1 minute and soon 10 seconds, another kill is gonna fall, favoring Team Missclick, and now we find ourselves quite well pressured. Team Leisure is now on a man disadvantage. One player in the basement spot, 2 of them on site. That basement player usually focuses down the C4 for the main breach, which they have done in the last round. And we can see now Team Missclick, they're taking their time a little bit. They have the verticality, which they can do again here with the Ash a little bit, as the Bug had to bite the grass quite early within the rounds, being the first one to be taken out. The verticality is coming through, but careful. Team Leisure is watching these holds. 30 seconds soon left on the clock. What is their attacking going to be? Are they going to do the same thing as Leisure is just waiting for this push, and that one's going to fall triple for him? Team Missclick just keep extending the lead even further in a 2v4. We do have a little bit of a trade, but the kills come through as Team Missclick take another lead in a 1v3. Can he do it? Newey with the swing takes the kill and secures the match point for Team Missclick.
Team Missclick standing up tall here after a tremendous comeback here with a retake of possession of the most key points here, as well as also, I really don't know why the Frost moves out into West Main when we have a mute coming up from the stairs. That just gives away the position and it makes them look that way. Luckily, the mute gets the kill onto the Ash, but then after just he falls because he gets double fragged out, he gets run that, pulled out, and that way we had no re-securization for the last man standing of Team Leisure with the Vamai on site denying this main breach. He gets pushed out because he has no more help coming from West Main, and that's pretty much surely how Team Missclick wins that round. And another round with another great strategic game plan that works out for Team Missclick, putting them up into the lead of match point. And now it's really much all or nothing. It's a do or die. Get this point, go to overtime, and play the cards out. Otherwise, we'll lose this round and go home for the rest of the season.
As you said, it's do or die for the side of Team Leisure, but the real question comes in, and now I'm gonna be the one giving you a tricky question. Is 6-5? Is it gonna be a 7-5 for the side of Team Missclick, or are we going to see an overtime? What do you think?
I'm going pretty much to jinx that we are going to overtime now, but as I mentioned before and on the cast, I'm going with Team Missclick, and this, even though FOD losing this first gunfight going out of the round, I will keep and stick to Team Missclick and say they will win this 12th round without any overtime.
So you believe this is going to an overtime, but Missclick's still taking the third map. Team Leisure, on the main hand, secured themselves a pick, as Foda's gonna have to bite the grass for now. That is the Bug gone, that is the verticality gone as well, as we find ourselves in a little bit of a dangerous spot here. 1 minute and 50 seconds left on this round, which he can use to start verticality, to start the pressure points, but this time we have a little bit of a cheeky operator coming in. As the Buck is being... the Blackbeard is being brought, so that's going to give him a little bit of a head start when they're aiming for the head. He can get away with a single bullet not hitting, but he's going to have to make sure that he hits these heads quicker than their enemies, as they're being pressured.
I just didn't want to interrupt you there, but if you look how they're standing, they're now completely postponing the second floor, giving Team Missclick the complete advantage on the second floor here. Now just building up some verticalities from Trophy. Now also the Fenrir once again having a quite dangerous position there, getting the drop done. Pizza with a kill through the drone hole there on Simple. 50 seconds left. Leisure and Team Missclick both on 4. And we have a standing Western situation again. No one pretty much gets any type of ways in 1v1s here. 35 seconds left, I mean, on the clock. And once again, we go for the main breach from Fireplace. That one does not go through with you. Has no more charges left with the thermite. Smash standing there waiting on the B-bomb side, having the angles on the B-bomb. Pizza getting the next killing risk. Smash getting thrown up by Kizuki. Nui on the plan. Pizza get another triple kill here on Shines. Cyber picks up Nui. Cyber gets the double kill on the Ash. And Pizza finishes off with my call, with a quad kill here, putting Leisure down and well to sleep for this season. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. That was a round that I really much saw going into the hands of Leisure, but because once again, Team Missclick lost so much time. They needed so much time to build up on the second floor, even though they got the second floor postponed to them quite early on, after my opinion. But it was a banger adaptation from them with Team Missclick, them building up their strength, getting their right head up, getting those key positions, and then surely early enough this time, playing down through into Fireplace, getting that side on into the side of 90 into the dining area, getting the smash out of there with the Vamai, and then going on site. And from then, it pretty much just was stand and hold the angles, let them try to plant. Greatly done, quite well executed from my side after my thoughts from Team Missclick. That wins this second map and goes further on in the standings. And so then I say GG, well played to Team Leisure. I hope quite well that we see you next season. But then, my dear fellas, let us see about the standings that you see on screen here. We have Team Missclick not eliminated, as you see on chart, but Team Leisure being eliminated. So on, we have Team Missclick in this bracket section with 1-2, getting their first win. So on, we have 4 matchups. I will try to say the first matchup is Team Missclick. I just can't tell you guys which opponent it is. Then we have Leonard's Defense League playing against Pulse Legacy. Then we have Silent Family playing against Crown Zero. Neither do I know the last in there, playing against AGM. That is the bracket that Team Missclick went into. But we have a bonus information for you guys. I will bring it to you right before Diana gets her way to speak about the match. No longer competing, as you see on the standards bracket. Team Frequency disbanded, so that way we have them out of the competition. We have no more odd numbers of teams, so we have one team going through with a free win. And as you see on chart, that may be Team MVG. So we congratulate Team MVG on qualifying for the next stage. Well done, and I hope we will see some good maps and good gameplay from you guys in the next stage when those games come. So, well, Danik, how did you see those 2 maps today?
I think, as you already said, it was a little bit of a run over from one of the team on the other. I think there's a lot of things we've definitely already said during the cast, which were kind of going wrong to the side of Team Leisure. It was these trades, was these crossfires which are not quite working out in their favor. When it comes to the attack, it seemed structured, but when you look at it, so many small and like multiple mistakes within these rounds, which cost them the rounds regularly. Because if you lose a man, you have the man advantage favoring the enemy team, and if you keep going in these 1v1s, you keep losing them. You're going to find yourself in a lot of 1v3 scenarios, which we've seen today, and a lot of 1v3s, a lot of 2v4 scenarios. And most of the times, the 2-man were in the side of Team Leisure. But nonetheless, I think definitely the teams, and it is competitive at the end of the day. So when they watch this VOD back, if the teams watch this VOD back, there's definitely, I think, a few things that we both have picked on, which could be improved on, which can be worked on. It is a competitive. Sometimes you're gonna have to take a loss. Sometimes you take the victory. You cannot win always, but the key point is to keep fighting for it. Stay strong as a team. Move forward. Work on the mistakes. Not a single team is perfect. And other than that, it's just the mentality. What are Team Leisure gonna do? They're eliminated, same as the other 3 teams as we saw there, Cosmo, Empire, and Leisure. It goes for all 3 of them. How are they gonna deal with this loss? Are they gonna change something? Are they gonna work on it? Are they not gonna do anything with it? Like, how are they gonna proceed with that? And if that is gonna be the key indicator, how far they can actually go with that. But I would say that you take us over. What are the coming days? What are the coming games?
Okay, we have some more matches, of course. Our bracket, our phase is not quite finished. And as you see on screen, we have 2 more matches coming up the next days for you guys. We have Team Entropy Gaming playing against Fenix, and also we have Team Black playing against Retirement Home. Those are matches from teams that have played significantly better than these teams that we casted today. So these are teams that have won more matches at further. So those will be determining matches who gets to go 1 roll further up in this bracket and which team has to go 1 more plank down on falling off the edge. Those maps will be brought to you by us the next upcoming days. But for this time, I say pretty much thank you for ESA for having us. And also thank you for Team Missclick and Team DJ for participating on these matches and these maps today. I was Mighty, your first caster of today, and alongside I had Dianic, and so on. Last words belong to her.
Jesus, always putting me on the spot today. I swear, it's like it's like a favorite thing to do. I feel like. No, but as you said, thank you to the teams participating. Thank you guys for watching. Hope all of you had a wonderful time, and we're gonna leave you guys in a wonderful evening. Always like that. Thank you to the production. Thank you to the people who make this happen, and thank you for inviting us. Thank you for inviting me. We are the 2 casters. We both of you wish you a wonderful evening and a wonderful night. So see you guys next time as ESA Cup.